Inside the pickup truck, the air is thick with a tension that doesn't belong in the countryside. Patricia sits behind the wheel, wearing expensive perfume and clothes meant for a city office, while her passengers are two laborers who smell of old cement and honest sweat. She told her family the roof of the old family estate was caving in, but the tiles on that house were replaced less than 2 years ago. Patricia is driving 3 hours into the wilderness to escape a home that is perfectly functional, but entirely silent. To assist in this performance, she brought 2 specific archetypes. Beto is the veteran, a man of 40 with a calculating gaze that seems to be weighing the structural integrity of everyone he meets. Ricardo is the youth, 20-something, impulsive, and carrying a smirk that suggests he knows he's being used for more than his muscle. Back in the city, Patricia's husband provides a life of absolute domestic peace. He believes that by paying the bills and avoiding conflict, he has built a fortress of loyalty. He provides the kind of safety that leaves no room for a single unanswered question. That same predictability is exactly what is suffocating her. When life becomes a series of guaranteed, comfortable outcomes, the only way to feel a pulse is to invite a genuine threat into the house. The Recanto do Sossego cabin is entirely cut off from the world. There's no cell service, and the only neighbor lives 4 kilometers away. It is a place where a woman like Patricia can pretend she is the one in charge of the chaos. That night, dinner is a quiet, charged affair of bread and wine. Patricia sits at the head of the table, maintaining her role as employer. She believes she is the maestro of this small, secret orchestra, holding the power of the paycheck over the 2 men. This scale illustrates Patricia's internal trade-off. On one side is the civilized safety of her marriage. As it becomes heavier, it creates a dark void on the other side, a demand for friction. Beto and Ricardo represent the jagged edges she's missing. She brought them here because they possess a raw, untethered energy that her domestic life cannot provide. Patricia thinks she can rent this energy for a weekend and return it when she's done. She operates under the illusion that you can invite 2 men with nothing to lose into your private life and still remain the boss. By 10 o'clock, the violent mountain rain creates a literal wall of water around the house, trapping everyone inside. Patricia walks up the wooden stairs and leaves her bedroom door standing open. It is the final signal that the professional arrangement is over. But the power shift happens faster than she planned. Instead of competing for her attention, the 2 men form a silent, instinctual understanding. They move together with the same grim efficiency they use on a construction site, and suddenly, the boss finds herself being managed by the workers. In this isolated room, the social hierarchy of the city completely dissolves. All her money, her family name, and her status as property owner have absolutely no weight here. All that remains is the reality of who is physically stronger. When you step outside the protection of societal rules to play with raw instinct, you lose the armor those rules provide. Patricia is no longer the woman in the truck. She is a guest in a house that the men have already begun to claim. The morning light reveals a room that no longer belongs to her. Empty bottles and discarded clothes litter the floor. Beto sits on the edge of the bed, smoking a hand-rolled cigarette with the casual confidence of a man who has already settled in. Patricia tries to reclaim her authority. Her voice is unsteady as she tells them they need to get on the roof and start the repairs before someone sees them. She is desperate to turn them back into employees. Beto doesn't even look at her as he laughs. He tells her plainly that the roof is fine and that they both know they aren't there for the carpentry. In a single sentence, the lie of the reform is dead, and the new reality begins. She is now trapped by her own reputation. These men hold the secret that would end her marriage and her social standing. She came here seeking a temporary thrill, only to find she has become a permanent hostage to the men who know exactly what she is. Back in the city, her husband is likely planning their next quiet dinner, entirely unaware that the territory of his marriage has been occupied by strangers. He is trusting a foundation that has already turned to sand. When the vital tension of a relationship is ignored, it doesn't just disappear, it waits for someone else to provide it. And the price of that missing tension is often more than most people can pay. But the story isn't over. What happens when the husband decides to show up early to help with the repairs? Subscribe to see the collision.